This your boy T-Pole. This the New Solution Radio podcast show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up. Yo, we back in the building. Sorry for the delay. Had to get everybody together. You know what I'm saying? We back with another segment, you feel what I'm saying, of the Solution Radio podcast. Let's give a round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it just like that. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, this show was built on, you know what I'm saying, we wanted to put some, awareness out there, and we wanted to put some different type of things out there. You know what I'm saying? I got my co-host OG Capone, I got my other co-host Styles in the building, and I got my other co-host Senior Ambassador Strong in the building. Let's welcome everybody to give them a round of applause. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Okay, so today's show is about from past to present. Mindstate of the people from past to present. Now, you know what I'm saying? We're going to jump this thing out. We was talking last week about slavery and race. And, you know what I'm saying? We wanted to continue that episode. One of the parties, our constituents not on the air, but since we here, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go ahead and see how Styles and Ambassador Strong and OG Capone feel about the mind state of the people from past to present. Welcome to the show, everybody.
How y'all doing, everybody?
All right. So, yeah, give me your insight from past to present, the mind state. You know what I'm saying? What y'all opinions, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like, honestly, a lot of people got comfortable in the state of dependency. So I don't even think a lot of people even use their minds. That's the reason why we having this conversation right now about mental health. Because I feel like a lot of people are just stuck, formatted in just the comfort stage. Like, oh, I'm not gonna achieve to be better because this works for me right now.
Right. So you would say nobody, like you said, nobody use their mind in this present day and time.
No, and they was already looking for somebody to help them with their mindset years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's why we had Martin Luther King, for one. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people was too scared to think for themselves, too scared to do certain things, and that's just what we in today.
Right. OG Capone, what's your take on that? Mind state of the people. I know you deal with the people a lot, you know what I'm saying?
My mind state, y'all can hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Okay. My mind state of the people is very simple. Past and present. Well, I can say, my past took me through one stage, and my present took, as I'm going on now, you know what I'm saying? It's just another whole dimension, when it comes down to I didn't even know I had a mental problem. But when I come and think about the things that we had collaborated on and talked about, I did have a mental state of mind. So I can only speak on me, general, for how my mental stage went from being 17 years old in the prison system, 87, and getting out of 2005. My mental stage is going in as a child. When I first went in, before I went in, I was more like on a sports type thing. I was, you know what I'm saying? I went into a whole lot of negative things, before I went into the system. Cause from 17 on down, I was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ended up going to training school, but yeah, I wasn't, I was being a kid. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? I was doing kid things, what kids would do in that, for going to the field, chopping cattle and all that in the state of, in Mississippi. I growed up chopping cattle, and I growed up when minimum wage one number $3, and you work a whole day in the field and make $20. You know what I'm saying? I was there with Chuck State when Chuck Taylor was the best thing you can buy then. You know what I'm saying?
Chuck Taylor, Chuck Taylor.
Yeah, they Chuck Taylor's the number them Jordans and all them, you know, them the most popular clothes back then. You know, Lee paying, you know, you had them, you had money. You know what I'm saying? That's how we looked at it back then. You know, so you know, as coming on up, you know what I'm saying, until when I went to penitentiary at 17, I had to change my whole narrator how I think, or how I thought other people thought of me, and how I think of other people. So when I went into the system at age 17, I had to look at where I was. You know, I was in one of the dangerous penitentiaries ever during that time at 17. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, I was, hey, I was still that gangster nigga. I was still that gangster dude too. Now I don't know no check out, but hey, you know what I'm saying? So I really is. I went from a nut boy to a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And within that time period, I didn't have no what you call it, no idol or no no grown, not, you know, I ain't have nobody inspiration that I could come and talk to me. I ain't have no OGs to come and talk to me and try to steer me in the right way. So when I went in the penitentiary, I had to go on my own good. You know what I'm saying? I had to form my own alliance of who I want to deal with. Now I just went in the penitentiary like, man, no first thing you come in, so man, shoot, I guess I'ma die here. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
That's the only way I'm. You know, that's the only way I'm a. You know, I ain't going no other way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to. Hey, it's this it right here. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna make me be a man. You know, even though I'm you know, I'm gangsta to. I'm GD to the end to the world though. But you
Yeah.
know, at 17, coming
Yes,
into the
sir. Yes, sir.
penitentiary, you know, we wasn't, you know, it wasn't organization ties when I first went in like that. You feel me?
Right.
And you know, we still had, you know, it was still more like it was there, then it wasn't there. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, cause you know, we in the Mississippi, bro. You know, how a lot of this stuff didn't make it down here doing that stage like it is now, like it's so tough now. You know what I'm saying? So we had to go in. You know what I'm saying? Some of the guys named that dealing with the organization then, they didn't even know them guys then. You know what I'm saying? They ain't know the you know, some of the high leadership. I don't want, you know, but at the end, when I like I say, my mindset, it was me and four other guys went to the penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
And I was another little guy came with me. He was 16 years old. He had 4 life sentences. Another guy came in with me. He was 17. He had 3 life sentences. You see what I'm saying? But you believe me when I tell you, then now when I'm having no murder charge for to get off for to have all this time.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
What,
They just have some burglary charges and some armed robbery. That's what they had for to have 2 or 3 life sentences. That was these 16, 17 years old charges. That's what they charged was, and that was the time they were facing.
mm.
You see
That's a
what I'm
lot.
saying? They were
That's a lot.
right. They were throwing these youngsters. You think they throwing away, man? They were throwing these youngsters away, bro. Get them life sentence and all that over on a burglary on you know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 burglary test, 2 or 3 burglary back then. You couldn't get 3 life sentences.
That's
You know
ridiculous.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That's
you know,
ridiculous.
so I mean, the stage of that, just looking at that, me, you know what I'm saying? My case on, you know, but it just going in, man. My mind frame wasn't like it was. So my mental stage from 17 when I reached the age of 21 in the penitentiary. That was 4 years in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? 4 years in the penitentiary, I was already in. You know what I'm saying? So when I reached my grown man status, when I reached that 21, I already had established me. I already had established myself. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when I say I had established myself, I established myself. You know, within those 4 years, playing no games. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it just, you know, in the natives when the natives came in, you know, you know, it went to another level to me. Then the ice storm keep out in Mississippi came from Louisiana. The ice storm came, and you know, in '93, you know, you know, it messed the penitentiary up because we was without lights for without electricity, man. We was in a cell. We didn't have no blankets, eating cold sandwiches. We that was another mental stage I went through, man. I'm talking about when I tell you that ice storm messed the penitentiary up, for we had no contact in the outside world. We were bad and eating. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was so, like I said, a lot of people don't know what a person been through, bro. They can just talk and collaborate on and talk about this and not talk about that, man. But person really actually don't know what a person went through in these prison at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Down here in these southern states, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we couldn't use no guy's name to get by on. I couldn't use strong name and say, man, hey, I know strong. Oh, boy, you good in the penitentiary. Not in the 80s, not in the 89. You couldn't do nobody this, boy. You better get in where you fit in. You better do, you know, it wasn't no, we could use nobody's name and think you gonna sit in there and be straight. You feel me?
Right.
So it like I say, bro, it took me, it took me a lot to understand, you know what I'm saying? Me not having no children. I ain't never went through no I never did drugs. I never smoked drink. I never did anything, you know what I'm saying, with independence. I never did nothing like that. There was something about it. I just didn't do it, So um as I went on, what I'm saying, as a grown man, when I reached 21, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, I did a lot of killing and I had to. Cause one thing I'm gonna tell y'all something about the penitentiary, bro. I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. See, in the penitentiary, bro, during them time, bro, you ain't had to worry about no white man in the penitentiary.
Yeah.
Cause the white man, one thing about the white bro in the penitentiary, they gonna stay in their lane.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It's the black guys we had to worry about. They wanna come in and be tough.
Right.
The black guys don't want to come in. They want to come in penitentiary like they scroll up like they just want something. We gonna knock their head on it back in. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of mentality. We used to sit back. I ain't gonna lie. We at black guys. I'm keep real. I have my own group. I have my own group now. But we as black guys, we used to just sit back and wait for inmates to come in, acting like they were tough, so we can get rid of them.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, it was just, oh, that nigga there weak right there. Sometimes we embrace certain individuals if they come in there with a mindset that they trying to go home and ain't with all that tough, man. We try to embrace them. Okay, yeah, bro, you come in, hey, bro, ain't nobody gonna mess with you, bro. I'm gonna say you cool dude, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of folks back then, bro, you had to fight against what? The Buddha bandits. All these guys thought they were He-Man, Hercules in here. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these guys thought they were tough. You had to fight against a whole lot of stuff in there, bro, at a young age. And my mindset was totally messed up, bro. I ain't have no feel for nobody. I didn't feel for nobody. I didn't care for a person. I just didn't have no feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the years, I just didn't have no feelings. I ain't had no. On somebody had love for, bro. You ain't had that title GD. Man, I wouldn't think about no love for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, street organization, we were cool in there. You know what I'm saying? All the street organizations, we kind of were cool together because we BOS, we kind of hung together up in there in Mississippi Cruise. We weren't like, we were banging just one another. We were banging just everything that wasn't clicked in with us, though. You feel me?
Right.
So,
Right.
it just, a lot of guys I be listening to be coming these penitentiaries, coming to different penitentiaries, different states, be telling them how they went through. But look at the name that you use to get by. A lot of
Yeah.
you guys was there. Y'all wasn't in the fight. Y'all was in the background. Why we was fighting? You feel me? Y'all was in
Yeah.
the eating a peanut butter sandwich. We out here, getting stabbed up. You feel me? So that mindset, bro. I really didn't start understanding things until I got locked up in the hole, bro. I did 6 years in the hole.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? In the hole, bro. They had me behind a steel door. A steel door. Oh, like I was back there. I learned. That's how I learned to adapt right there.
Right.
I learned how to adapt. I started reading. That was shot my mind to where I'm at now. I started understanding where I'm going. I knew I was coming back out into the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was coming back, so I had to prepare myself for the street. I couldn't just always live this violent life into the penitentiary and take this violent life out here into the street. So I had to change my narrator of how I'm gonna deal with the streets when I get out. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I took time when I was in the hole to further my education. If I had to read gangster books, and stuff like that to figure out how the streets work, hey, that's what I read. If I had to read the Bible, to find out my spirit, that's what I did. All different religions I read from, what I'm saying, Nation Islam book, the Holy Quran. I read a lot of, you know, religion books, you know what I'm saying? But I can't tell nobody that I'm religion a lot. I believe in God, you know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Of course.
I don't, I haven't took no sacred oath to no religion or what type of religion I'm in. I'm Baptist, Catholic, Buddha, Judah, everybody else, they ask that, what religion you are. I'm like,
Right.
huh? I mean,
Right.
I believe in God. That's what religion I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So, um, like I said, during that time, the Miller state, I didn't even know it's a Miller. I didn't even know it's such thing as a Miller of Maryland. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't even know it was a mental problem. They be having these psychologists come to you, and especially when you do something outrageous like you kill, people. They have psychologists come. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? What, man? Get out of my face, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong, my man. What would you did if a 200-pound nigga came on you? You know what I'm saying? What would you would have did?
Right.
So, what kind of man state I supposed to be in if somebody like that coming toward me? You feel me? That ain't
Right.
got nothing to do with no being psychologist or you being disturbed or you don't know what you're doing or you out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? We in a
Right.
penitentiary, man. So, I mean, like I say, I take the whole subject out of what the top W huh? I had to just explain how I went through the procedure to
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at now. Even when I got out from doing 18 and coming to these streets in 2005, it was different.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I didn't see the same thing. I know that might sound crazy, bro.
No,
When
it
I
don't.
say this, I'm
It
just
don't.
saying. It might sound crazy, but I was going to say sometimes, bro. I be wishing I'm still independent.
Well, nah,
You
we don't
feel?
know. Yeah, I, well,
I'm
I
just saying.
understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Out of 18, look, bro, the stuff that going out here now, bro, won't never happen I'm talking about we was unity. Yeah, it's unity. It was love. I'm going to die for you. You going to die for me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is in the field. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
We going to share. We going to share life. We eat, all eat. You feel me?
Yeah.
Ain't like that out here. It ain't like that out here. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen that, when I saw that demonstration right there, I was like, man, this ain't. I'm leaving this to come out here. I thought it would be better out here than it is in there. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And coming out here to this type of stuff, bro, the loyalty, the discipline, and it's an honor true brothers, man, around the globe that I can say, man, I can actually call and say they my brother and my sister. It's a very true that's on that same kind of time frame I'm on. You know what I'm saying? As trying to understand what the importance of unity, trying to help solve problems. But if we look at the situation now, the stuff that's going on now, all this killing stuff, it wouldn't happen in our generation down before then. We wouldn't allow all this stuff that's going on now to happen back then.
Right.
You see
Right.
what I'm saying? Ain't
Mm-hmm.
that I mean, we didn't have to be leaders to tell a guy, look here, boy, if you would put that gun and go, we didn't have to be, you know what I'm saying? Anybody could tell you that. Now, it ain't like that now. And like I say, the mental state that I don't know, uh, I don't understand it, the manipulation or the influence is coming from rap. I don't know the parents. You know, it's a whole lot of things that we can blame people on, but I always think, I always deal with yourself. I always deal with you. You the only one can change yourself. I don't think nobody else can change you. You and God.
Yeah,
You
you
and
can't
God
run.
can change you.
You
You know
can't
what I'm
run from
saying?
that
You and
man in the
God.
mirror. You can't run from that man in the
Right.
mirror. That man in the mirror gonna follow you for life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A
So,
lot of
I'm
people
gonna leave
don't
it
get
with that,
that.
y'all. Yeah, I'm leaving like that. Y'all can go ahead,
Hey, we appreciate OG Capone's story, man. It's a powerful story. I mean, and we gonna dabble a little more into it. You know what I'm saying? Brother Strong, I know you and Brother Strong real close. And you know what I'm saying? I know me and him have talked and he had his experiences also, you know what I'm saying, being in and out. And we're gonna give him the time, go on and let the world know about him and what I'm saying, similar situations. Oh, he got out there. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna continue on. Mr. Styles, you still in? Okay then. Well, you know what I'm saying? Hey, after that powerful story right there, man, it just bring a lot of awareness to a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate OG Capone. He been a big impact with the Solution Radio podcast. You know what I'm saying, his insight, his input, and helping us out as we move forward and progress. And what I'm saying, we thank him, man. We give big salutes to him. We're saying we understand everything that he got going on, and the understanding of everything. And we're gonna pass it on to Mr. Strong. How you doing, brother?
Peace and blessings, family. I'm doing good, doing good.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Peace and blessings to you. Now, you know what I'm saying? I know you sat there and we heard OG Capone's story, and we're going to give you a chance to go and spread your wings and, you know what I'm saying, let the people know what you had cracking, what you got going on.
Oh,
From past, basically the topic is from past to present, the mind state of the people. So, it's the mind state, you know what I'm saying?
so we referencing on our own mind state or what we saw.
It could be both. You know what I'm saying? It could be a mixture of it. You know what I mean? It don't necessarily have to be one pinpoint specific on one.
Okay. Well, myself personally, in an era when things were, first off, I came up in Arkansas,
Okay.
which is racism at its finest. Um, the funny part is though, being that I'm what they call a half breed or whatever, because my mother's from Central America, and my father's from the States, so um, we faced a lot of racism, but it wasn't just from Caucasian people. It was black people as well that discriminated against us and treated us like we was outsiders because we wasn't pure. So you wasn't good enough on anybody's table, even on the people that was getting kicked in the ribs and treated like 3/5 of a person. All right now, uh, getting treated like 3/5 of a person, still felt that it was okay to look down on us.
Right.
So in a time and climate in the country when it was should have been 110% unity amongst those of dark pigmented skin, we were being discriminated against on what y'all would call our own, by our own. So
Okay.
it kind of forced us into a position of staying within our ranks, like within the family. We learned to lean on each other and not look outside. And although we stood tall in the movement, when things came up and things came our way, we wasn't foolish enough to believe that even though we were being treated like this on all sides, that we had a choice in the matter. It's kind of a have to, need to, must thing, and this was even the condition of the people at that time. We all had a common enemy, and it wasn't by choice; it was by force. Especially down under the Mason-Dixon. So, if your skin was dark, you knew what it was. We traveled at night in groups and things of that nature. So, like I said, it was kind of a have to, need to, must, a survival type situation. Not saying that we had to fear the Klan or nothing like that, even though they was around at the era. We was kind of united in that sense. I'm saying it like that is everybody understood is when they came around, you band together. Any type of racism sparked its head as far as that was concerned. You came together, but we couldn't see our racism within the house, so to speak.
Right.
So growing up with a mind state of it was us against the world, but hey, you got to band with these brothers and sisters in order to survive here, in order to make it, because you're gonna be categorized in the group anyway, just because of the color of your skin. We kind of learned to be self-reliant. We learned to work hard for everything we got. We learned to pay attention, look, listen, and learn in all situations. And my father was one that believed in proper preparation. So you spent your summers in what he called character building exercises. This is exercise, martial arts, boxing, learning how to use different weapons, things of that nature. Learning how to identify different herbs and plants for medicines and for other things. So it was like I spent a childhood being prepared and looking out amongst at my people at that time frame as a child coming up. It was a beautiful thing. It's we still considered, hey, all people are our people, So, but what these black people and what we going through based on the color of our skin, at that time, my people were beautiful. Even though all the odds that we were up against, we were beautiful because we unified to come against all odds. It was like I said, we understood we had a common enemy. So everybody kind of just came together and did their share. Everybody stood up when they needed to stand up. So it was a sense of family. Like we're always talking about the village. We don't have a sense of the village no more. We don't have a sense of the family. There is no more I can whoop your kids if they acting up. You can whoop my kids. We don't have that. Moving forward today, we don't have that sense of family. Now it's don't touch my kids. Don't say nothing to my kids. Mind your business. So just watching the evolution of the people from then to now, it was from family to this separation, chaos. We don't deal with each other. You can't trust them. Every skin folk ain't my for every other saying in the world that means we not together. We that now versus the black pride, black power, stand up. I'm black and I'm proud. Just the things that you were taught to. If you was a young black man, hold your head up, square your shoulders, and be proud. Don't let them see you crack, because this is what they trying to do. Blah 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 blah. And in my own mind state, I went through those phases. I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm trying to speak on both, but in my own mind state, I understood oppression early. I understood separation early. I understood all that stuff, but also, like I said, I also understood the power of unity, because not only was I in that situation against the masses in the way the country was, we was also, like I said, at odds with our own people, because my mother spoke funny and we talked funny, or whatever the case may be. So you learn I guess you learn the importance of unity. You learn the importance of coming together to overcome. And as I grew older and I began to get involved in things and find my own identity, street gangs and things like that became interesting to me. One, because I watched my parents working every day. My mom, I think at the time, she might have been working for like $1 something an hour. She got paid she got paid unfair wages not only because of the color of her skin, but you get half of what everybody else getting because you also from over that border.
Yeah.
So she was getting crumbs, and my father, at the time, he was a deputy sheriff coming out of the military. He was a deputy sheriff, so it was like he was hated by people at his job and everything. Like, you know, you come back from overseas and stuff, you join the police force. They did everything in their power to get him out.
Right.
You know, so it was one of the things is I watched them versus me watching gangsters and watching the street guys, as I'm gonna call them. They was getting money. They was smiling and laughing and having a good time and living like they wasn't under the same rules everybody else was under. So that became real appealing to me. Like, why these guys don't look like they suffering like everybody else suffering? Why is my parents? I got two parents working. This cat over here making twice as much as money them in a week, in a night. I gotta have that lifestyle. I wanted it. It was something to achieve to me. So I spent years studying different gangsters and learning. Sort of like I said, preparation. I already had the understanding of the power of unity. Then I started learning the understanding of information, knowing what you need to know, knowing who you need to know. And like Capone was speaking of, wasn't no psychologists and stuff like that. You wasn't talking about all that type of stuff. And the problem is we actually needed those things during those times. But even today, it's the same mentality. Is if you messing with a psychologist or something is wrong with you. You ain't right. So it's something to be embarrassed about, or what have you. So, but if you watched any of the gangster movies and stuff like that, the consigliere was the one that could move freely in between everybody. He was the thinker. He was the negotiator.
Right.
He was the one that didn't draw the lines in the sand, that didn't have the boundaries, stuff like that. He knew who he was with. Everybody knew what family he came from, but everybody also understood he was a guy not to be touched.
Right.
So to me, he was one of the most powerful players on the board. Right. I love Capone, Scarface, all of those type of guys, and all the mob figures that we grew up seeing. Then we went into the Superflies and the Pimps and the Macs and the Goldies and all that type of stuff. So I loved all that type of stuff. Right. Because those things presented a chance for advancement to me. The working day to day and doing the honest days work and all that type of stuff was suckers play. You didn't want to get trapped in that cycle of going to work every day just to die in your 60s, broke, penniless, owing everybody. Now your kids owe everybody. I didn't want that for mine. Right. You know, right. So it was kind of like that era forced you into choosing the illegal side of things. And one, like I said, we didn't have the mental health. We didn't have, and if we did have it, we didn't know about it. Right. So there was nobody to reach out to and say, hey, I'm having these type of thoughts. And whatever, if you told somebody you had them type of thoughts, they're going to try to help you figure out how to make it happen. Mm-hmm. You know, so at that stage, I would say it was the building of a monster. Right. You know, like a calloused heart, but calculated. Right. Because I was forced to be calculated because I was set outside of everybody else because everybody had their discriminations against us. Mm-hmm. So you stayed on the outside looking in. And one thing about not being in the picture, you see a whole lot clearer than somebody that's in the middle of things. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Which is still a mentality I carry today. You're never going to catch me in the middle of the funk unless I'm the one making the noise. Right. You know, so it's like me, I will sit on the outside and pay attention to what's going on before I make my approach. Right. Absolutely. You know, and I really believe that this story went out my brain going so many crazy places right now.
Yeah, I was gonna change speeds. But go ahead and finish what you was gonna say.
Yeah. I had to get up off of that. My brain went all the way back. Just long story short, man, I feel like at the time, my brain, just like most other countries, was in a have to need too much state. We all felt that we was under the gun, behind the eight ball, and had to do whatever it takes to survive in a war zone versus our homes and our families and communities, like everybody else was feeling. Not everybody else, but those on the other side of the persuasion line was feeling. It was a war zone. You grew up in a survival mind state versus an enjoying life mind state. And today, without having a common oppressor or knowledge of a common oppressor, with feeling like we have liberties that we didn't have and that we're entitled now. Now we have a I don't have to mess with you attitude, or we have a line in the sand that we can look down on one another in certain instances because we don't have certain things, and we've gotten real vain as a culture, as a people.
Right.
We've gotten entitled. We've gotten spoiled. We don't understand that when you make a little leeway, that's not time to give up. That's time to push harder. So when we got to the peak, um, a lot of things happened. A lot of people got locked up. A lot of liberties were given. A lot of freedoms, so-called freedoms, were extended. So people don't feel the need to fight anymore. They think that um, you have the ability to actually live and thrive in this country, and that you can achieve it by just working hard every day. But if you look at the numbers statistically, you can go clock in every day of your life and keep your nose on the grindstone, and you still gonna die in debt.
Pretty much. That's just how it was with most of the families, from past to present. That's why I made it the subject there today, because it pulls out that right there from past to present, the mindset of the people. It pulls out so many narratives of stereotypes, racism, neglect. You know what I'm saying? Mental health. It entails a lot of things. So you know what I'm saying? It's an overall topic. And generally, you know what I'm saying, we can all hit on all cylinders on all topics because we've experienced, at least some form of that, which is gonna lead to the next show. One of the people that was supposed to be on the show today, he didn't show up today, but that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and his thing is, we was talking about slavery on the last show. We was talking about slavery. Um, I wanted to touch on that. You know what I'm saying? I know that is a sensitive subject in today's time. So I definitely want to stay in the right realms. I don't want to just shoot off in the left field, you know what I'm saying? For everybody that's watching, we want to, really clarify that we not doing all that. You know what I'm saying? This everybody over here is adults, you know what I'm saying? So like we were saying about slavery and what type of slavery, and you know what I'm saying? We got into a real deep conversation last week that I wanted to carry it on today. Miss Washington, I see you jumped in, you know what I'm saying? I know you had a story of we can go back over your story again, Miss Katina.
Which story? Because I've been jumping all over the place.
The one your prison, from the prison, the situation that you had going on in that, from the
Uh,
Mindstate, from past to present, from now, how from where you went from to where you at now.
basically, I'm still working on my case. For all that don't know, I was assaulted by a white inmate back in 2020, and that nobody did anything about it. That's what my whole case is on a nutshell. I was assaulted, injured, had surgery, physical therapy, and still on workman comp, and still trying to fight to prove that it happened.
Right.
This conspiracy, so that's pretty much the name of the game. I'm fighting for justice. I just left NAACP meeting yesterday, but it was for voting. We thought it was going to be more than just that, but that's what it all entails. But it's a fight.
Right. Right. Constantly a fight. I know that, what I'm saying, that, like I said, the guy that was supposed to be here, he was really, really adamant about, what I'm saying, slavery. And like I said, we had a detailed conversation over the phone about that, you know what I'm saying? And, He stayed stuck on one particular subject, but it was broad. The subject was broader than that to me. You feel what I'm saying? And I gave him my insight on it, on what I understood, and we both agreed to disagree. But you know what I'm saying? That is why I'm glad y'all here today. You know, which each one of y'all stories entails the same kind of criteria. That was the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the basis was. Um, slavery. Slavery. Let's get some
Well, let me.
insight on that.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying? I
let
don't
me
want to
say.
dig too deep now. I just wanted to bring that. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Oh,
let
you
me
got.
speak on that.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let me
Handle
speak
business.
on
Handle your business.
that. Now, slavery, I can't. I mean, I really can't. I don't know, man. It just.
I mean, that's why I
I
said
don't
it's a
know.
sensitive
For
subject. You
all
know.
from all the movies, and even in the civil rights leaders, my granddad is coming up, all the served before me, you know what I'm saying? That past 10 of it, I really can't I really can't collaborate with it, but we in a slavery mode now, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Cause
yes,
we had black folks still is unable to, you know what I'm saying, get, the economic standpoint of our situation the way we can be able to, have some kind of living capacity for our people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, over the course of years, I think that's still part of slavery because they don't allow us to get they have a standard raise a minimum wage thing that only allow you to make so much money, you know, you know, keeping us on a down rate. We have to, they got to so now you if you if you make $20,000-$30,000 less, you can get this, you can get that, or you make more than that, you can't get against that. Or other way now, you make too much now, you can't get food stamp, it cuts down, and if you get disability and you get disability, you can't get no job, they're gonna cut the disability. So I think that slavery part, it's still intact on it. I think it's only based upon the economic standpoint to me, you know what I'm saying? Because they keeping us at a standard where we, you know what I'm saying, we can only climb so far in the corporate ladder, you know what I'm saying? Then, we only can meet certain standards when we get in a corporate ladder, whether it's politicians or in the company. We get there, we still have to be subject to the white man. You know what I'm saying? Even though, we have made a certain goal, we go to school for certain things. We can go to school to be a scientist, or we can go to school to be that. And you had a white guy going out to do the same thing that the black guy, but he won't get the job, even though the black guy is the number one student. You feel me? I mean, I think we still the slavery thing is still in existence. It just ain't like it was back in the day. Cause I don't think right now, man, that anybody can come across the country and get no 100 niggas. Can't even get 10 niggas to get on the ship right about now. Or you know, the kind of slavery they had back then, it wouldn't be equipped right now. You know what I'm saying? But they have made it so now that the government have made it so now that they coming up with all this military guns and you know what I'm saying, and they come up with a way to kill off us when it's time to kill. Oh, they got a way to get rid to eliminate us when it's time to eliminate us. And not only that, some of us is playing a major platform in that. You know what I'm saying? As far as you can only go so far in the military ranks. If you're a black man. And stuff like that. But like I said, the slavery thing is still in existence. It's just not in the same form and fashion that it was back in the day, but it's still in existence because we as black people do not want to work together at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, period. From from 30 on down, ain't no working together at all. Not no black guy. We ain't doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? And like some of these guys now that's in from 50 to 60 that's in these political fields and stuff. They ain't for us. They ain't, it's us versus us. And you know what I'm saying? In the white folks got it, these people just got it in, not just white folks, but it's other people. As far as USA man standpoint, I look at things, you know, I look at simple stuff. I see people would do more for a person that uh if I tell a person I got 10, 15 guns, I need $100 to go and handle this business, I can get it. But if I tell a person if I got 20 and 25 guys I'm trying to go ahead and feed, I need $100, I can't get it. You see what I'm saying? So it's different narrators in what how blacks will help one another. If we got certain different things on our man, we want to do something negative. Oh, they down with it. What you need, bro? Hey man, we with you. But when I said, man, I got this whole community, man. We trying to do something. We need this for that. Oh man, bro, we ain't got it, bro. Did you holler at somebody? Did you tap in with somebody before you did this? All different narrators when it's time to do something positive. You know what I'm saying? But when it's negative, oh, they got all the answers to everything you need, all the backups that you need. You know, I don't know, man. It just, I don't want to take too much time on the stuff, but like I say, man, it's still there. It just ain't in the same formation that it was back then. Because me, myself, I know that it'd be hard for them to demonstrate what they did back then to now. But they have formulated it now to where they made it legal. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they made it legal now, so some of the stuff that they weren't allowed to do, they have, manifested to be legal and even gave us a chance to even get our hands on some of this legal stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's an on out debate. I don't want to take too much time on it, but like I say, me, I see it, but the changes, what changes we gonna make on it, I don't know, but it's there.
It's a modern day slavery. It's still slavery. They just finessed it in a different type of way, and they got more. They got more of us, the leaders, that's in it with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
True.
what they have done. They're still taking our land. They're still blocking us from growing the economy. I mean, it's the project 2025 is alive, trying to get us back to 1960s. And if we don't get up on this educational part of it, we definitely gonna be behind the ball for real.
Right. True story. True
We
story.
got to get educated on. It's not the president is the last of our word when it comes to voting. You need to be voting for your local people because that's the one that keep their foot on your neck.
True. 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 I
And
look at it as it's a lot of paid distractions out here with that cover up these type of things that go on, the modern day slavery, you know what I'm saying, the way the president election. I mean, it's so many variables that play parts into the mental state and the mind state of the people from past to present. And we all have experienced it, all have seen it all in some capacity. um I definitely wanted to, tap on the subject of slavery. Mr. Strong, I see you want to jump up and down.
Yeah. Um, I believe that it's always been a mental game. Though we did suffer a lot of physical back then, and today it's more mental. Like we under the chains of mental slavery now, to where you're not getting beaten. Um, you're destroying. We're destroying ourselves now with doubt and fear due to the conditioning of past slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you're put in a situation um, like slavery, you have to be broken,
Right.
and the way to break you is to destroy your idea of self. This works in the Not to get too deep into if this works in the pimp game and everything else, the way to do it
Nah,
is
you
I mean,
good.
it's I hate to speak on it, but it's things that I know about that you break a person down to nothing and then you build them into what you want them to be.
Right. Well, that's what the military do, though.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying is this thing happens even if you go into a job today, like the plantations today are major corporations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Back in the day, you didn't have a choice. You were stolen, you were sold. Today, you're choosing your masters. And this is what, regardless of whether you want to look at it and put that title on it, ask somebody what they got to do tomorrow that has a job. I
Gotta
mean,
go to work.
I got to get up and get there, bro. I got to be there. I got to do this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. These people control your life. You give away your days for $8 an hour, $10 an hour, whatever else case may be, often complaining about not making enough, like we don't make enough money, they taking this from us, they taking that from us, they doing this, that, and the third. Well, they conditioned it to where now we giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time we understood that who you giving your money and stuff to is who you giving your power to.
Right.
Who you giving your time to is who you're giving your power to. These individuals, the system, I'm not even gonna say the individuals, the system has manipulated us through programming to be good worker bees, to fit into the system. See, the thing is, do I really expect, as a people, do I really expect for the very same foot that was on my neck to be the on the same body of the hand that's gonna lift me up? Do I expect that a person that hated me today when a law was passed that they're gonna love me tomorrow? These laws have nothing to do with the conditions of these people's heart.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with our feelings. But also we have to look at our part in the situation. To why do I desire to eat in your restaurants? And I ain't trying to go back there, but I'm just saying a mind state. Why would I take an ass whooping to eat in your restaurant when I can go eat at home? Well, we
Right.
need to break the barriers down and we need to force them to accept us. If you don't want me in your spot, I'm not eating your food because I don't know what you put in it.
Right.
Even to today, if you don't want me in your location, I'm not gonna fight with you about how it's a free country and I'm a customer that deserves to shop in this store because I ain't did nothing wrong. You want me to leave your premises, it's fine. Me nor none of my family will ever be back here again. Instead, I think that it's I won. I had a victory by fighting and making these people let me shop in their store. That's
Right.
that's not a victory. You still making that person rich. You
Yeah.
still funding their hatred because it's convenient to you. I don't have to go all the way across town and shop over here at this store where I'm welcome at. I want to shop at the store by my house. So they're gonna let me buy my shit up out of here. These little so-called moral victories are digging the hole deeper that we've been trying to get out of.
Right.
And that's to understand that stop wanting what everybody else got. And I'm not speaking of, but covenant is a big major factor in this. I'm a spiritual dude, and I do believe that it's spiritual wickedness and corruption that got us in the situation that we in. Because now I feel like I said it's 90% mind state. Nobody's going to physically touch you because it's not going to be allowed. Like Capone said, this is not going to happen in today's society. Ain't going to be no horse riding and ass whipping going on. It's just not going to shake.
Right.
So what's the next step is to mentally screw you. But how do I get to do it if I can't get close to you? I make you do it to yourself. It's like a donkey with a carrot, with somebody
Yeah.
sitting on his back. If I dangle some shiny shit in front of you and you've been suffering so long, you're going to take it without looking at the conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Because, hey, look, I'm so thirsty, I'm going to run over here and hit this water. I'm not looking at the side now dripping in the backside of this water. I was just
Right.
so thirsty, I drank it. Now I'm dying, and I'm wondering what's wrong. How could they be so cruel? How could they be so wicked? How could I be so trusting when you've proven to me where you stand?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's to the point to where sometimes it's better to do without than to sell your soul to have. Even Dr. King mentioned his regrets about kicking this door in.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't realize what you're doing because you're only looking at what you think you're gonna get. You know, a lot of deals were made, a lot of closed door meetings were had, and a
Right.
lot of people were sold out. You know, it's a lot of people fought hard, and I'm not knocking what nobody else did or what none of the civil rights fighters or people that stood up to get us to this point today. But what I am saying is, let's not be naive and think that because some laws were passed, people's hearts changed.
Right.
Let's stop
Right.
going to places that we're not wanted and that we're not welcome. Let's stop looking at we got what this group of people got as an accomplishment. Oh, they let us do this. We're able to do this now. So that's good. That's this that. Nah, man. Those things are I don't want to be able to do these things with you if you don't want me there.
Right.
It's just like now, if somebody coming to my house or I go to your house and you're treating me hostile, hey, don't drink out of that glass. You can't drink out the glasses. Give me your hand. Let me pour your water in. No, everybody else can come through the front door. Hey, you go around back and come in this way. Why
Right.
am I finna show up every day to your house once again? Why am I finna stay a part of this? Why am I finna go to your company and give you 40 years of my life and complain every day I get up and go clock in? Yeah, bro, you got to, bro. You got to. Now we have to, as long as we want all these other things. As long as I'm trying to live my life according to the American dream, it's a dream. And if you pay attention, it's a nightmare. So why am I trying so hard to accomplish something I've never seen? None of my people have ever seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And those that do see it, they fall quickly. Look at your news, what's going on around
Yep.
you.
Well,
When we make these things our mountaintop, like my man said, climb the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
Uh, you ever been up there to the top of the ladder?
they're not gonna play.
Have you ever
I
been to
mean,
the top? Have you ever been to the top of any ladder? What happens when you get up there?
you by yourself. It ain't that much room up there.
One, it ain't that much room up there, and if ain't somebody holding the ladder up at the bottom of it, it's dangerous.
Yeah, you fall down. That foundation got to be solidified.
Now, who you got when you climbing this corporate ladder where they don't want you at? And I'm saying they because you done went to work for a company. I ain't talking about a certain group of people. I'm talking about the people at this company that don't want you. You go and you trying to climb that ladder. If everybody in that company don't like you, then who's holding the bottom of the ladder to make sure you're secure? Or are they holding that ladder to make sure when you fall, you actually die?
Ain't nobody holding that now.
They want you to fall
Yeah.
because this is when you do all the hard work, you get there and they say, hey, it was affirmative action. It was because he black, he got the job. He didn't really deserve it. It's because of this, that, and the third. So everything in the company is you didn't deserve it. You didn't. Why would you want to be in that environment?
Right.
Well, to piggyback off of that, even when you're trying to be a business owner and do your own thing, they still make it hard for you. Like, for example, this farm land money that they got, they just passed a law to pay black farm owners hundreds of thousands of dollars because they were discriminated against. They make it hard for you no matter what, and it's bad. But that's the way it is. You should try to be independent and do your own thing. It's a lot of things that's free that we don't know about until it's about over with. For example, the company that I work for, I've been living in Mississippi all of my life, just about it. I moved to Georgia for about 13 years, but it's a program that I didn't know anything about. They pay for your medical as long as you're working. So we have people that make $85,000 a year and get medical attention without having any insurance. Why I didn't know that, and I'm 50 years old, but they knew it all their life. It's been around a long time.
Right.
It's programs that's hidden that we don't even know anything about. It just so happened that I know and I'm spreading the word. So that's just one example of how it is.
And I will agree with you that it's on the seat. I will agree with you that it's definitely hard. I do have my own business and stuff of that nature. It's definitely hard and a lot of hurdles and things that you have to go through. But what I'm trying to say is I would rather struggle, rip my nails off digging and clawing at the ground to have my own than to spend 40 years of my life in an environment that I'm not wanted.
Right.
Right.
So I do understand that it's hard, and I do understand that, hey, sometimes when you're working, trying to have your own business, you got to do without. I can guarantee you that one. I invest so much of my own, but like I said, it's my business. Nobody tells me when to clock in. Nobody treats me bad. Yeah, I might not make money and be able to live the life I used to live when I was hitting somebody else's clock every day, which I mean I still do. When I was giving my all to somebody, couldn't even spend time with my family because I'm dog tired every day. When I was living that life, I was.
Yeah, we back. Yeah, I think he dipped out for a minute. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to step in and really just, just speak on, what I'm saying, today's topic. Today's topic has just been, what I'm saying, it's been an up and down thing, what I'm saying, with the conversations of slavery, with the conversations of what I'm saying, mindsets and mind states and different things. You heard Capone talk about it, you heard Strong talk about it, you heard me continue to talk about it, and what we gonna do, what I'm saying, we gonna go ahead and close this one out a little early today, what I'm saying. I know it's a lot of things going on this Sunday, people trying to get things together, but we want to thank all our guests for coming on. This was a quick show today, you know what I'm saying? Real quick show. I want to thank Miss Katina for coming on, OG Capone for coming on, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to close out a little early today. We want to, like I said, once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in, coming in, chopping it up with us a little bit on the subject, you know what I'm saying? It was a great show to me. It was a little quick one, but we're going to jump back out of it. Miss Katina, you want to give any shots out, anybody?
I'm sorry, you was talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. I was saying you want to give your shots out to anybody. We're going to go and close out early today.
I just want to thank y'all for having me on and, calling me in and talking about different topics. I enjoy it. It's good to have that open dialogue, People
Right.
learn, so thank you and shout out to everybody. God bless.
All right. Thank you, Miss Katina. OG, you still there? I think OG dipped out, but hey, I want to thank everybody for coming in, you know what I'm saying? And definitely we tune in next Sunday. We're gonna have something great. We're gonna be working on some new topics, new things, new everything. So y'all keep it locked here, the Solution Radio podcast show. And there you go. OG, we're gonna go and close this thing out early today, you know what I'm saying? You want to give any shots out?
Difficulty too. Having a little power difficulty too. So that's a lot of stuff going on with our phone right now. It's storming. Storm said he's storming, can't get back in. So
yeah, it's that hurricane. That's why I go ahead and shut it down. Man, y'all be safe down there, man. Hunker down. You know what I'm saying? God be with y'all down there through that storm. We gonna have to keep y'all in our prayers. Everybody keep OG Capone and Strong in your prayers. You know what I'm saying? Due to the hurricane and the storm that's coming through, we want all the families in Florida and South Carolina and Georgia, to be careful out there.
Okay. It's love, y'all.
All right.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to continue on out, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but like I said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, coming in. Pray for the families that's out there that's caught in the storm. You know what I'm saying? It's a big hurricane that's coming, so keep them in your prayers, you know what I'm saying? At all times, keep God first in what you're doing. If you ain't doing it right, if ain't nobody hating on you, you ain't doing it right. Hey, we going to bag out of here, man. I'm going to leave y'all with a little song, you know what I'm saying? One song, personal song that I like myself, you know what I mean? We're going to go and close this show out. So y'all be good, be great, you know what I'm saying? And this is the Solution Radio podcast show. This your boy T-Pole. This the new Solution Radio podcast show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up.
say them thugs, but that don't mean I ain't hip. I make my enemies slip. I take advantage of errors. My territory forever with hammers cocked back with terror. Enemy mafia with Taylor, baby, too tough. Nobody needing nobody, and we ain't fucking with cuz. So cuz you keep to yourself, so we ain't seeking no help. Cause play a family in this gangsta, all this player got left. And I can't be selling him out for a bigger car in the house. You keep that shit in your pocket, cause I've been doing without you bitches. Nobody needs nobody. All I need is me and my dog, nigga. So fuck all of y'all.
This your boy T-Pole. This the New Solution Radio podcast show. And if it ain't AGELREEFE and the family, I'ma keep saying it till I get tired. Overstand, leg up.